So PlaqueBoyMax is done. Video by Hello Yassine Extras. Obviously, this is referring to Max leaving FaZe. Obviously, I've heard about it. I'm pretty sure you guys have too. But let's see if we can get any context behind why he chose to do so.
What's poppin', y'all? Looks like my hate prayers work because PlaqueBoyMax left FaZe Clan. Now, I'm just completely making that up. Not the part about him leaving FaZe Clan, but my hate prayers. I actually had no feelings whatsoever about him being in FaZe Clan. But he tweeted out, left FaZe Clan, which if you've seen left anything for any time on the internet with a group, you probably think to yourself, this is fake. I had to check my...
Yeah, that's what my cousin was telling me. He was like, bro, if you watch Max, you'll know. Like you would think that that's a prank. Nobody thought he was for real, and I don't know. I didn't think he had I didn't think he had a reason to lie about it. Like not lie, but like even like tease it or whatever. You know how like people do like, oh, I'm leaving this or I'm done with that. I didn't think he had a reason to do that, so I believed him off rip. But a lot of people didn't, and they're saying like it wasn't really. It was like, bro, this is a typical thing. He's not really done. Like, he didn't really leave. So,
calendar again. Okay, it's not April 1st. It's not April Fool's. And some other people didn't really believe it at first. So, a fellow streamer, XQC, had this to say.
Okay, Maxwell Dent. Chat. Guys. I've been rage baited, chat, by FaZe dog, you farming dog trash a million times. I will not fall for this one. Guys, I have learned from my mistakes. I have learned from my environment. I'm not falling for this dog. Never again. Oh, this keeps on the screen? Okay, sorry.
Yeah, they're known, and by they, we're talking about like clip farmers, which FaZe is full of, that they're really not too serious group, you could say. And by serious, I don't mean like they're not serious about their content, but whatever they put out, you can't take it too seriously. A lot of scripts, a lot of acting, a lot of doing too much going on there. However, this other girl, streamer named Cinna, asked Kason, who's a member of FaZe, who I don't really know too much about this guy's story, to be honest. He burst into the scene with a song. I was with Lil Durk and somebody else, and we were like, who the hell is FaZe Kason? Why do we know about this song? How did we find out about this song? Why is this song on every single playlist? And who is this guy? And I still haven't got answers for you, to be honest. But he is a member of FaZe, and this is the answer that he had.
Wait, I gotta talk to you later. Something serious actually just happened.
Serious?
Yeah. I'll text you.
I'm messaging. Max tweets. Wait, is that real?
So apparently something very serious happened, which I don't know what could have been serious. Maybe it had something to do with FaZe Banks, although FaZe Banks stepped down as CEO. Now, him stepping down is just like, if you guys recall when Carlos, also known as Ocelot of G2, got like canceled. G2 is like this big organization that it's kind of like FaZe, but they don't have like a content creation team. They just have a bunch of different teams and games. They started in the gaming space, and he stepped down, but he still owned the company. And it's a similar situation. It's just like, hey, let me fall back. Y'all can run it. I own the shares that I own. So perhaps that's so I don't think Banks is less involved with FaZe than he was a couple of days ago. And then Your Rage confirmed that this is actually real. And Your Rage doesn't seem like the type of guy to go around with this like goofiness as well. So I'm gonna play you guys that clip.
You feel me? This is real. Okay, this is not troll. This is real. Still got love, all the love in the world for my dog.
It's completely unrelated, but I have been told that I resemble Rage to an extent. So every time I see bro, I'm like, do I really look like bro? You feel me? I don't know. Y'all tell me what y'all think. It doesn't really have nothing to do with what we're talking about, but I just, it has come up. So every time I see bro, I'll be like, damn, do I look like bro? Like, I don't know. I don't think I do, but y'all let me Y'all let me know. You feel me? Y'all let me know.
But he's on to different paths and like, you feel me? Like,
But basically what they're saying is, yeah, bro really left. Like, it's for real. He's gone. You feel me? He's gone.
this is real. This is not a troll. I swear on my life.
But it's so crazy. It's crazy though how, like, even though all these guys are doing this, like, it's really crazy how, like, in a lot of situations, everybody could be doing all this stuff, and it still turns out like not to be true. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like it's like like as much as they're doing, like, bro, this isn't a joke. This is for real. It's crazy because it's just like they could do all of that just for them to still be lying. Now, I'm not saying they're doing that in this situation. They're not. But I'm just saying, like this is exactly like not. And when I say them, I don't mean Faith specifically. I just mean like content creators in general. It's like this is how they will. This is how hard they'll go for a narrative just for the whole thing to be false. Anyways, you know what I mean? Like it's crazy. Like it's like, bro, I promise. Not even just them. Like look at Andrew Garfield. Like he was swearing like he wasn't going to be in the Spider-Man movie. Talking about some. I'm not in it. I'm not. Just for bro to end up being in it. You feel me? So it's like, it's just crazy. Like, it's crazy. That just goes to show you, bro, you can't take no one for their word. You feel me? You gotta take them for their actions. You know what I'm saying? It's a little bit of knowledge there.
I hate that when we're at the point when they actually got to say some serious shit. The first thing everybody thinks everybody's trolling because we troll way too damn much. You feel me?
Isn't that what I just said? That's basically what I just said.
This ain't no troll. I have all the love in the world for my boy Max forever. You feel me? When FaZe was telling us like, yo, Rage, what we doing? Rebrand needs to happen. Who we picking up? PlaqueBoy Max, the first motherfucker that came to mind. No ifs, ands, or buts.
So Rage is the person that wanted to bring Max into FaZe. I never knew that.
You feel me? But Max, he doing his own. You feel me? I'm not gonna say why. That's up to him to do. I'm not gonna do that for him. You know what I'm saying? I just wanna let y'all know it's not.
So here, the way that I look at this is, first of all, I gotta clap it up for FaZe Banks because when we saw this new FaZe, we thought to ourselves, yo, this is a flop. I don't think this is gonna work out. Many OG FaZe fans, which I was not, the whole FaZe, Optic, Call of Duty thing, I personally wasn't into that. I didn't even know what had been going on in that scene until at least 2017, 2018. And I was like, oh, this is what happened in history. So I didn't follow it. People, morons, were really saying like, no, dude, go back to trick shotting. Listen, going back to trick shotting in the modern day is like what Metro Boomin just dropped as an album. So that piece of garbage, yeah, that's what it would be like if they tried to recreate the feeling of back then. It's not going to work. But they brought people like Stable Ronaldo, who was formerly a Fortnite streamer. They brought that guy Lacey. They brought Your Rage. Who else? They got PlaqueBoyMax. They got Kason. And who else? They got a group of people, and it worked out like this. Oh yeah, also the Asian dude, I forgot that guy's name. Jason the Ween. So all of these guys blew up in the past year. They've done content together, but it seemed like, to me at least, that they're all blowing up individually. I would say like Lacey and Stable Ronaldo, they seem to have not the most chemistry, but they seem to be the coolest with each other. Your Rage always felt like the Duke Dennis of that group, where he was like, yeah, you know, I'm FaZe, but I'm not living with you dudes. We're not doing this whole pranking thing. You guys aren't going to annoy the hell out of me. And we did see PlaqueBoyMax take part in those things sometimes. For instance, I think like there was this whole thing where they were breaking each other's setups or whatever. But recently, or as of the last 6+ months, PlaqueBoyMax, I just think he's outgrown, and I don't think he ever needed to be a part of any group whatsoever. Nobody thinks FaZe PlaqueBoyMax. Like, people will think FaZe Lacey or FaZe Kason, or
I will say, for the longest time, I didn't know that Max was even a part of FaZe. Just being honest, I didn't know. So, you know, I've known for a minute now, but I'm just saying for the longest time I didn't know. So I will say that, like, if Max doesn't really have to be in FaZe. Like, this is not going to do nothing to him. You feel me? It kind of makes sense why he left. You feel me? It's just like, bro can easily, his name stands on its own. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't need a group to prop him up, you know? So, yeah.
and say they think FaZe stable Ronaldo?
And to be honest, I feel like that's honestly, I can't say for all of them, but it's like you was saying, like same thing for Rage, same thing for I guess Lacey or whatever. Like a lot of those guys really don't need to be in a group. To be honest, like their name stands on its own. That's what he was speaking on. Like like they're kind of known individually, not really as a group, and that honestly just goes to show you like they're good at their craft. You feel me? If they don't need to even if they don't have to rely on their group brand to make them all relevant, that just shows you like how good they are at what they're doing. You know how good they are at their craft. So that's actually impressive. You know,
people just think stable Ronaldo, but I just know
it's
about
the same
him
thing.
from
Like if Rage decided to leave FaZe, like I don't think that would diminish or bring Rage down at all. You feel me? Like that wouldn't bring down anything he has going on at all. You feel me? He would be straight. You know what I'm saying? Same thing with all those guys. So yeah, that is honestly kind of impressive. Like they're all able to stand on their own. You feel me? They don't need the group. And of course, it's cool to be in the group. You know what I'm saying? It's cool to be in the group, but it's just something to think about.
of Fortnite days. Your Rage, they just think of Your Rage. I will say Jason the Ween, like, yeah, he is not the face of FaZe, but I associate him with FaZe because that's just how I found out about Jason. But PlaqueBoyMax, like, he relies more on himself and maybe collaborations with artists. And keep in mind, he's also trying to be an artist, a rapper himself. So he's trying to do music. He can't be, he's just, it doesn't make sense for him to be in FaZe, really. Like, what benefit does it have for PlaqueBoyMax right now? I would even go as far to say as, what benefit did it have for him back then? The biggest collaborations that we remember PlaqueBoyMax for have nothing to do with other streamers. Like, yeah, there's In Too Deep, which was a huge event. But really, especially like if you follow my channel, right, and we talk mostly hip hop stuff here, we know PlaqueBoyMax for the songs that he's made with artists. We know him for the In the Booth series. He was ranked as one of the highest, and he wasn't even there last year. He was ranked as one of the highest hip hop media outlets of this year by Complex with a pretty solid list that they've made. I did a whole, not review, but I did a whole like look through, pass through in my own comments on everybody on that list and a separate video. So PlaqueBoyMax leaving, if he was saying like, hey, look, it's time for me to just focus on my own career because he's got his own team. He's got people that are running his production, his rap career, everything, then I understand. But if he's leaving for something serious that happened, I wonder what that could be. Like, is it something money related? I don't think that's the case because the majority of people in FaZe were already making a big bag, and FaZe, it's not like FaZe was bringing them huge deals that they didn't have before. So that was going to bring them money that they could take a cut out of, like throwback to the Tfue situation. And that's also another example of like FaZe being able to adapt with the times. Like they got those Fortnite people, they had Tfue, which was a huge look for them. And I think they had like a CSGO like period of time where they were killing it on there. But we're not going to go into like FaZe. This is more so about PlaqueBoyMax. I'm glad to see PlaqueBoyMax leave, frankly, just for his own brand. Like, as he grows as a rapper, him being with these, not kiddie streamers, but these streamers that are running these scripts that are, let's be real, a lot of it is corny, especially if you're an adult. And by an adult, I just mean above the age of 18. You kind of get like it's just and you're trying to be a rapper too, and by trying to be a rapper you kind of gotta try hard. You gotta try hard to be cool, ironically. But the way I look at PlaqueBoyMax in the streaming world right now is the way I look at a Gunna, for instance. And let me give you this comparison. There are rappers, and I believe that Gunna was one of them back in the day, several years ago, where together they are hotter, but they are better as the sum than they are their equal parts. So, for example, let's say, is 21 Savage a good example? I don't know. But there are certain rappers, when they're around other rappers, they're all hotter. But if they were to have to be solo, they would not be as hot. I thought that was Gunna, but Gunna became somebody that was outcasted. So
yeah, that's not Gunna. Let me think. A rapper who's less when they're not with somebody else. I don't know.
Bug wasn't messing with him. We didn't see him work with 21 Savage, although 21 Savage held comments back for a very long time. And then Gunna has just been cooking, and I mean cooking like Sergio Kitchens. This guy has been cooking. He has not. Fat Gunna has been gone. He's been healthier, making better music, and he's been doing it solo. That's the way I look at PlaqueBoyMax, where he doesn't need to collaborate with these other streamers. Some of these streamers, they benefit a lot from collaborating with each other. They're kind of like in this little universe together where they cycle the same amount of viewers, and sometimes viewers will have multiple of these people's streams open. So they cycle in this like community of viewership, where I think PlaqueBoyMax built his own viewership that's independent of that, and people are going to watch him and follow what he's got going on, independent of anything else. That's where I just have the Gunna comparison. I don't know if there's another rapper that I can mention that just really does everything on their own and doesn't really work with other, or doesn't need to be around other rappers, just in the same way that PlaqueBoyMax doesn't need to be around other streamers. I'm not saying PlaqueBoyMax doesn't need to be around other rappers. I do think he needs people around him. A lot of his content has to do with his interactions with, or a lot of the content that blew up has to do with his interactions with other people, as opposed to just him sitting down solo. But not much of it is with other streamers, other than the big events, of course. But let me know.
Yeah, I think he's able to stay on his own as long as he's able to stay creative and come out with interesting content or whatever. He's gonna be fine. He's gonna be straight. You feel me? And then he has his music career that he's working at. You know, so yeah, I don't see things going left at all. I think he's gonna be good. You feel me? This is a move that made sense. You know what I'm saying, for him to leave, because at the end of the day, that's less liability. You don't have to worry about what anybody else is doing. You can solely focus on yourself and your own career. So it just makes sense from all standpoints, especially when you consider the fact that he has his own identity outside of the group. But yeah, that's the whole situation. You feel me? With Max, shout out to bro. You feel me? Wish him the best. You know what I'm saying? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was just my commentary. You feel me? So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. You feel me? And make sure to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we out of here, man.